Well, here's an interesting one, an unusual one. I'm setting off today. Today's the day of a ride that we call Jim's Ride. It's to remember a chap that unfortunately died. One of our group died 6 years or so ago. 6 years ago. No, 7 in fact. 7 years ago. And it's about an 85-mile ride. We all kind of get together every year to do it. It was his favourite route. And you know, I don't know, I want to try to make it 200 kilometres, so I need to add 40 miles or so to that. So I'm going to go out and do a 20-mile loop to get me to the start, and then I'm going to put a 20-mile ride on at the end. But the thing is, I don't really know whether I'm even going to want to do 200 kilometres. I think come the end of Jim's ride, because it's such a lovely ride, such a lovely day, and very sociable. It's not fast paced, it's just a sociable ride, that if I feel that doing an extra 20 miles is going to detract from my enjoyment of the day, then I simply won't do it. And that's quite interesting, because it's not like I won't feel like I failed. In fact, I feel like I'll succeed actually if I stop short of 200 kilometres, because it will mean that I've had a really good day and that I'm just happy with that. But at the same time, nice to do a 200. Anyway, I don't know whether I'm going to do 200 or not, as you can tell. So first 20 miles, this will get me to the start. It's quite early in the morning, still quite dark, as you can see. Not particularly cold actually, it's quite nice. So let's see what today brings. First sort of 20-minute loop, 20-mile even loop done. Took it very steady. I've learned from many rides that if I do the first 20 miles or so very, very steady, then they tend to be my stronger rides, the long distance ones. So I've done that. I'm quite happy now. I'm nearly at the start of what will be Jim's ride. Going to meet up with a socially responsible 4 or 5 other people, and we're going to do this ride. Quite happy I've done this, really, this 20 miles, because really what it means is that if at the other end of the ride I think, well, yeah, I'll make it 200k, then I'm only going to have another 20 miles to do. I can pretty much fall off my bike and do 20 miles before I hit the floor. Or if I get to the other end and I can't be bothered, then so be it, I'll just go home. I'm not that fussed. But at least I've got the option now. I think if I'd have said I'd have to tag 40 miles on at the end, I don't know if I could have been bothered. So I'm pleased I've done that. Now to meet up with the others. Nice to see slightly different scenery. I tend to always do like a Glastonbury loop. This one's a very different route to my norm, and it's really nice actually. coming through. Thank you very much. Civilized. We've got maybe, I don't know, a couple of hours or so to go before we get back to home, and then I've got that decision to make about whether I do the extra 20. Still undecided.
Lead the way then.
Okay, going over the M5 bridge. Bit blowy, but we're all right. So we've finished the ride, and possibly predictably, I don't know, I've decided I am going to do the last 20 miles to get it to 200k. You may have seen that coming. I honestly didn't really. I wasn't sure whether I'd want to do 200k or not. But I've had a really lovely day. The legs still feel really fresh, so I'm maybe on, I don't know, 105, 110 miles, something like that. So, and they feel really fresh, so I'm going to just go for it and quick loop back before I know it. Yeah. So bumped into Russ out on a fixed gear ride. That's quite useful because riding away from home has been excruciating. Habit, 200k. Genuinely didn't know whether I was going to bother, as you know. And I wasn't bothered if I didn't bother, if that makes sense. But having done it, I'm glad I did. It's another 200k ride under my belt. Another slightly different route as well, which is always nice. Lovely, there we go, home sweet home.